free by Charlie Redmond, and the Dubs play from right to left.
McDeegan coming in to take it. It's a rather poor effort because it comes straight to Peter Canavan. Ball into space for centre-half forward Eamon McCaffrey, and that's the first score for Tyrone. Ball breaks down for Noel Donnelly. Very prominent in the early stages. Trying to open up the play. It's a good ball over towards Eamon McCaffrey, the point scorer. Tyrone trying to find a man. And this is very much the danger man, Peter Canavan. Returning to league duty for his side. McDeegan staying with him. Works out nicely. Comes to Eamon, Matt McLeanan. And Matt McLeanan sends it over the bar. It might have been a doubtful starter, but the man from Eagleash knows exactly where the posts are.
Again, Peter Canavan, the architect at that point, crossing it to Matt McLeanan, who's one of the bigger Tyrone forwards. Gormley, Cush and Canavan are quite small, so they'll need somebody like Matt McLeanan, who's big and strong in there, and he kicks over a nice point. He's accurate with both feet.
Jerry Hargan getting his first touch of the league semi-final. Charlie Redmond unable to control it. Line ball for Tyrone. Well, a poor ball for forwards, but when you have Matt McLeanan and Damien O'Hagan up there, two big tall players, might not that be a wasted effort at all. Adrian Cush to take the line effort. Punched down by Matt McLeanan, and John O'Leary has to be satisfied to put it over the bar. That's his second point of the afternoon. He scored only 1 point against Roscommon. He's got 2 in Croke Park. And Dublin very much using the long ball. In case of having to, really. As Tyrone are dominant. Peter Canavan waiting for it. McDeegan decided not to. And gathered possession. Running on is Jack Sheedy. Here come the Dublin team. Cutting through like what he did in last year's championship. Sheedy sends it high and sends it over the bar. That's a very good score. And that brings down Tyrone's lead somewhat.
Peter Canavan caught waiting for the ball to come to him there, and it was intercepted, and a quick move up to Jack Sheedy. Jack, of course, has been playing in different positions for Dublin during the league, but he's still one of their best players.
Adrian Cush anticipating well. He's not even going for the ball, just watching the break. Paul Donnelly again trying to create the space. Jerry Hargan, McDeegan, Tommy Carr, back to Deegan. And then the long probing ball for Vinnie Murphy. And he found his target. That's another good ball from Vinnie Murphy out towards Paul Clark, switching from one side of the field to the other. Donnelly trying to keep him out. But Clark manages to get it across. Paul Donnelly taking his eye off it. Jack Sheedy punishes the error.
Good play by Vinnie Murphy there and setting up Paul Clark in the left corner, and who he gave the right sort of ball for most forwards, give it right back across the goals, but it was a bad mistake by Noel Donnelly to let it run to Jack Sheedy, who had an easy job putting it over.
Break comes to Paul Donnelly. Eamon McCaffrey forming the overlap is Kieran Carr. Cutting straight through. Peter Canavan has gone inside. This is Canavan and John O'Leary bravely. Mick Deegan getting it out as far as Mick Kennedy. But O'Leary preventing what seemed to be a certain score. Tommy Carr.
John O'Leary there saving Dublin. It looked like a certain goal of Kieran Carr coming through and giving a good ball in, but John O'Leary anticipated well and got out very fast.
Mick Deegan taking this free just outside his own 45-metre line. Adrian Kilpatrick just getting a hand to it. And Peter Canavan is in space. The roll of the ball doesn't beat, and it doesn't beat him. Paul Clark trying to keep him out. Canavan confidently. Oh, that's a superb point. so far in Croke Park. Tyrone will be boosted by that great point by Peter Canavan.
Fairly obvious now in this game they can't afford to give Cush or Gormley or Canavan any space, and he turns one way or the other, and then he kicks him absolutely brilliant point with his right foot. Obviously a big danger to Dublin, Peter Canavan.
It's Dave Foran, and surely held by Brian Gormley, and using the quick free effectively to Paul Curran, trying to get on to his right boot. But it's tailing, is it? Comes back off the post and over the bar. So Paul Curran comes forward to show why he was picked in the attack last year during the championship. And that, in turn, reduces down Tyrone's lead to just 1 point. Tyrone very much dominant around midfield at the moment, and cleverly knocking it down to the players waiting for the break. Matt McLeanan. Big, hard man, I would imagine, to mark. Mick Kennedy having his work cut out. Brian Gormley being fouled unceremoniously by Dave Foran. Dave saying that he came in awkwardly more than anything else. Paddy Collins saying he came in with the elbow. And this is a booking for one Dave Foran.
Brian Gormley is so small that he's going to cause problems for anybody to get a shoulder. And Dave Fortin coming in, he was knocked off balance by Keith Barr from behind, and I think it's fairly obvious there that he went in under Dave Fortin rather than hitting him with the elbow.
Adrian Cush to get his first point of the match, and thus make it 6 points to 4. The second point of the match, actually. That's 2 points for Adrian Cush, 7 points for Tyrone. Good play by Tyrone Kieran Carr. Adrian Cush gone like a tornado through and giving it cleverly into Peter Canavan. There's a goal on here, and John O'Leary bravely. Fine save by John O'Leary. Mick Deegan surviving the challenge from Adrian Cush, giving it to Tommy Carr. And sometimes a goalkeeper can make a save and inspire his colleagues further out the field. Let's see if John O'Leary has done it for Dublin.
Well, it was a nice flick by Adrian Cush to Peter Canavan. He hadn't a great angle to shoot on, and he could have played it across the face of the goal to an unmarked player on the other side. But John O'Leary again out very, very fast, out to the edge of the small square.
Niall Guyton trying to find Vinnie Murphy, who's gone slightly to the left, and this is Vinnie Murphy. And a clear scoring opportunity. Tyrone bearing down on him, getting it in, and back out towards Paul Billon, and that's a goal. It may have been scrappy, but as you can see, it delights the people of Dublin. Paul Billon, the man who got at the end of it, and that really changes the complexion in this league semi-final.
Good work there by Desi Farrell to get the ball to Vinnie Murphy. And when Vinnie Murphy is tackled and has a shot, it's blocked out, but Paul Billon is on hand to put it back in. And a very good goal for Dublin right on half-time, and having played badly now to go in leading by a point. So Tyrone will be very disappointed with that. It was a nice flick from Desi Farrell on the ground to put Vinnie Murphy in with the chance. And Finbar McConnell was out very far when it went across his head. Blocked out again, and Paul Billon had an easy chance of putting away. So it was a big boost for Dublin just on half-time.
So that goal by Paul Billon certainly changes the scoreline at half-time, and as you can see, Dublin now lead by 1-5 to 7 points. So Dublin lead at half-time. An interesting switch. Tyrone introduce Plunkett Donaghy at half-time, which means Eamon McCaffrey goes off, and Adrian Kilpatrick now for Tyrone is playing at centre-half forward. And likewise in the Dublin team, they make a switch which sees Paul Billon switch to right-half forward and Paul Clark to midfield. And Brian Gormley might be a small bit of stuff, but I tell you, he's a powerful man. Putting Keith Barr over the sideline is never easy. So a slight delay as Tyrone centre half forward now, Adrian Kilpatrick, picked up an injury, and off camera we have a stretcher coming on, which would certainly mean that this injury seems to be serious. As Kevin McCabe comes in, it'll be interesting to see what John Donnelly, the Tyrone manager, will do with his side now. Tommy Carr switching it over to the far over side. Paul Clark. Probing ball in search of Desi Farrell. Desi inside is Paul Beelan, going for goal number 2. Vinnie Murphy, Jack Sheedy, and cleared away by Paul Donnelly, and the referee giving the 45. Charlie Redmond going to take this 45. Got 2 points so far in this league semi-final. And he hits that perfectly, and it glides gloriously over the bar. That stretches Dublin's lead now to 2 points. Fine kick out by Finbar McConnell. Falls down to Kevin McCabe. Looked like Damien O'Hagan was being pushed, but the referee says no. Mick Deegan sending a ball for Vinnie Murphy to run onto. Now where's the overlapping? Niall Guiney is to his left, still Vinnie Murphy. Niall Guiden to his right, back is Charlie Redmond. And that's another good point by Charlie Redmond. That's 4 points for the Airns Isle man. And any time he gets near goal, he's able to punish it, any error.
That comes from what should have been a free into Tyrone, where Damien O'Hagan was tripped going for the ball, and the ball is worked up the field to Vinnie Murphy, who's causing a lot of problems, and he's doing what he used to do in the past. He's laying it off very well, and Charlie Redmond kicks it over.
Jack Sheedy, dangerous ball. Paul Beelan is there, and the ball is sent over the bar. Another good point for Dublin, and they all count. Vinnie Murphy, the man who got the boot to it. And slowly but surely, Dublin gaining prominence in the most important aspect of the match on the scoreboard. Peter Canavan bringing it back to Adrian Cush. That's a great effort and a marvellous point by Adrian Cush. Just as it seemed Tyrone were going asleep, they will surely be ignited by that wonderful point by Adrian Cush.
Adrian Cush again showing his accuracy from long distance, playing the ball in first of all to Peter Canavan and taking the return.
Noel Donnelly. Matt McLeanan knocked away, comes down to Adrian Cush on a run. Peter Canavan is to his right. Adrian on his favourite left boot, and he puts it over the bar.
A long ball played in again. Matt McLeanan doing quite well, but it's knocked down to Adrian Cush, and Tommy Carr was lying a long way off him, and Adrian Cush had a fairly easy one that time, putting it over.
2 points between the sides. Virtually halfway through the second half. I think the crowd in Croke Park are anticipating this match to explode somewhere along the line. 15 minutes left. Enda Kilpatrick. That will do his confidence the world of good. Look at Donaghy, just slipped as the ball was in flight. Matt McLeanan. Damien O'Hagan. Back to Matt McLeanan. Well blocked down by Mick Deegan. And I had a funny feeling that McLeanan had only one thing in his mind, and that was the back of the Dublin net.
A great pick up there by Damien O'Hagan, and a fast pass to Matt McLeanan. Great ball here by O'Hagan to McLeanan to put him through, and Mick Deegan covering across very well.
Adrian Cush with this 45 to keep Tyrone very much in contention, and that goes to the right and wide. John O'Leary's kick out, trying to find Paul Whelan at right half forward position. Plunkett Donaghy, nice pick up, giving it inside to Faye Devlin. Is this the equaliser? The left half back floats it over the bar. They'll be proud of him in Ardbow tonight as he equalises the match with just 18 minutes gone in the second half. Tommy Carr, Adrian Cush battling it out. Gathering it, however, is Kevin McCabe. Looking now for a little bit of support. It's there in the form of Adrian Cush. The left boot, and John O'Leary underneath it. Cutting it in towards Dave Foran. On to Paul Kern. Missing an elbow challenge there by Brian Gormley, luckily. Keith Barr to Charlie Redmond. Dublin creating the space now. Faye Devlin saw it, it comes to Jack Sheedy. This looks like a point, it's tailing, and yes, the umpire has given it, and Dublin are in front, thanks to Jack Sheedy.
Great point for Dublin to get there. They were under pressure for a few minutes, and Jack Sheedy, after missing a relatively easy chance before, it was a great ball in from Charlie Redmond across the field to him, and Jack deciding to go back on his left foot and tipping it over.
A little bit of pushing by Paul Clark, but it works out for Tyrone because this is Plunkett Donaghy going for the equaliser once again, and it looks like he's got it. Super sub Donaghy equalises with just 6 minutes left in actual playing time. Great response by Tyrone after that point by Jack Sheedy. Niall Guyden having to hold on to it, then giving a poor ball really into Kilpatrick, leaving it behind him. Comes to Harry McClure. This is Chris Lawn in a spot of bother, and still Chris Lawn. It's tough stuff in Croke Park. The referee giving a free to Tyrone. Noel Donnelly driving it deep into Dublin territory. Damien O'Hagan loose on the far side is Adrian Cush, but well anticipated by Jack Sheedy. Deep inside in his own defence, and that's the sort of pressure that Tyrone are exerting at the moment. Matt McLeanan from a difficult angle, sending it high. Oh, that's an inspirational score. Matt McLeanan with his third point of the semi-final, and that could well pave the way for a final place for Tyrone. Kevin McCabe bursting his way out. Possession, just holding on to it will be vital, but it's a poor clearance. Comes straight to Mick Deegan. Referee has given him the free, aided and abetted by some little bit of acting by Mick Deegan. He sought his free, he got his free.
Kevin McCabe will rue that pass that he gave across the field, because Tyrone were in possession, had a great chance of seeing out the last few seconds, and if he had to kick long and hard downfield, he would have seen out the last few seconds of the game. But now he's giving Charlie Redmond or Paul Clark a great chance of levelling.
Paul Clark dropping it in, and it's gone wide. And the referee has blown the final whistle. Tyrone are through to the league final of 1992. Joy in Tyrone, bitter disappointment for the Dublin side. And as you can see by the sheer joy on the faces of these Tyrone men, a great achievement, their first ever league final. This was their 6th league semi-final. They'd lost the previous 5, the last one in 1985, but today victory is theirs. The first
To next week's big event on the racing calendar, the Punchestown Festival.